Hello everyone, Hurley Kim here. So today I want to share my top 5s and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. It will be my top 5 perfumes, sunglasses, shoes, and bags. I feel like this is another way of getting to know me better by sharing my collection, and this is something that I feel strongly about, and this is kind of like my mini collection, so I hope you guys enjoy. So this video is also inspired by my luxury collector YouTube friends, Chex and Jen. They have tagged me in their posts for a long time, but I never really shared any of my collection with them until now. So here it is, my top 5s. Okay, let's begin. So first would be my perfume. So you guys know I just love getting to know the ingredients behind it, and I do have a couple, so I'm just gonna give you my top 5 favorites, and this is like a staple perfume that I always have and I always wear. So my top 1 that I have been using, especially for date nights or when I'm like actually going out for dinner or like special events, then I always wear the Chloe Eau du Parfum. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. So this one has peonies, rose, honey, and cedarwood. It's like my staple scent, and I kid you not, it will just last you like the whole night, like the whole day. I just love the simplicity of it. And so that's my top 1. The next perfume that I have would be the Versace Bright Crystal. I think everyone that I know knows about this perfume. I haven't met anyone yet that does not like this perfume. One of the keynotes of this perfume would be the yuzu, lemon, peonies, and musk. I'm gravitated with peonies and like cedarwood or sandalwood, anything like that has musks in it too. I usually use this for the daytime, especially during spring and summer, wherein I feel like, I feel perky. It just reminds me of like youth. Whenever I have a playful mood, then I go ahead and spray the Versace Bright Crystal. I love this. Next, the third on my list would be this is my most recent purchase. Or not really a purchase, but this was given to me as a gift by my friend Matt. Hello. He knows that I love perfume, so he already knows what to give me. This is one thing that I like. The Poison line has a lot of colors, like the Hypnotic and all that stuff, so I prefer this specific scent, which is the Dior Pure Poison. So this one has bergamot orange, mandarin Sicily, musks, sandalwood, and jasmine and orange flower. So this is more like orangey type. Like the first 2 perfumes that I have is more of the floral scent, and this one is more fruity, which I like because it's very unique. This one, I barely use it during the day because this one is more, I actually like, I'm in the mood for like spraying it. So this one is more like sophisticated. So it's just very strong and subtle at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but if I want to have that extra push of confidence, then I really gravitate towards this perfume, and I grab this when I have that mood of like, I'm fierce, like, yeah. Okay, so 4th on the list would be the Chanel Chance Tendre Eau du Parfum. It's a classic staple perfume that if I wear this, a lot of people would immediately recognize and they would say, you've got a good choice. My basis of like choosing a perfume scent is I want it to be light but striking. Like it doesn't have to be like overpowering where you enter the room and people would just immediately smell you. So whenever I get this, like people would always think classy. Also, another thing is that with this Chanel Chance, like really reminds me of my grandmother who passed like a couple of years back, because I think the last gift that I gave her was the Chanel Mademoiselle, and I always remember that whenever I come visit her, she would always wear that perfume that I gave her. So Chanel is always in my collection. So whenever I feel like this one is thinning out, then I always go ahead and buy, because this is very sentimental for me. This scent reminds me of my grandmother. And last but not the least, I always wear this perfume. I think you've probably seen it in my Instagram stories, or probably I've posted it a while back on my Instagram feed. But this one is the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. This is my 4th bottle, I believe. So I started liking this way back in 2014 when I first tried it on. This was in London. Immediately I fell in love with this scent, and I kind of like got the small bottle just because I realized that the bigger bottle is just like not practical. If I run out, then I go ahead and buy one. It's better like that. And so yeah, those are my top 5s. I do have a couple that are runner-ups, but I think I'm just gonna save that for a later time because I have a couple more to share with you guys. Alright guys, so moving on to my sunglasses. So I like collecting sunglasses as well. Sometimes when I feel lazy or I don't have anything to wear, I'm just on my sweats, then I go ahead and take my OOTD up a notch by just like wearing sunglasses. And so yeah, can't wait to share it with you guys. So number one would be my Christmas gift for myself. This is the most recent purchase that I have, which is the Burberry Blake sunglasses. I saw this on Bella Hadid because she was a model for this. I'm gonna quickly show you the pictures right there. So that is Bella Hadid. When I saw that, I imagined myself wearing that. And that's the thing about luxury or like designer items. Like I have to like sleep on it. I don't just buy it out of impulse. I really think it through and I keep imagining myself if I'm gonna be able to use it or it's just gonna be something that's temporary and I'm not gonna like it. Whenever I purchase something, then I envision myself wearing that. And then second one would be my Dior Catstyle1 sunglasses. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but this one is more of a trendy glasses when it first came out because everyone went crazy with it. Whenever I decide and use this sunglasses, I always pair it up with my Chanel Tendre. This is my second favorite or my top two, or could even be my top one because I find myself always wearing this because it's just different. I just like unique looking sunglasses. And my third one would be the Celine CL401341 classic sunglasses. This is pretty old. I've had this for a while. So I know that a lot of people wanted to get the ones that's the classic Celine glasses wherein there's like the ombre style and it's flat there, but I don't want to be super trendy. I feel like I'm not going to be able to use that for a long time. So I kind of like chose a different or more subtle like Celine sunglass, and this is it. Sometimes I don't feel like, you know, I don't have enough sleep or I'm super duper stressed and then I need to go out and get something, like get some groceries or buy myself a coffee, and then this sunglasses would be my main weapon of choice. And like with these type of glasses, you can always mix and match it with different outfit and like different colors. That's why I always gravitate towards like the black shades. But yeah. So that's it. That's the third one. All right. So my fourth one would be the Ban RB3556N. This is the Octagon Classic. So this one reminds me of John Lennon. I know that John Lennon has like those circular glasses, but unfortunately it doesn't match my face. If I want to feel the vibe of John Lennon, then this is the glasses that I wear. And this is like my YOLO, it's a chill vibe, like when I'm starting to get into that mood. So this is my chill sunglasses. All right, last on the list would be my Gucci round sunglasses. This is very similar to my Celine ones, but this one is more of a rectangular shape. My Celine was like 57 and this one's 55. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. But yeah, it's kind of like giving me the same vibe. I also like it because if you're stressed out and you don't want to put so much makeup on, then this is the best shade for you, like the rectangular ones. And I feel like since I have oval shape, then it matches like this type of frame. So these ones, I feel like it accentuates my facial features. And sometimes all you need is like confidence to be able to pull it off. Like I said, with this Ray-Ban octagonal ones, like a lot of people don't like it, but I like it, so I keep wearing it anyway. And yeah, so I'm just gonna make them think otherwise, and that's just me. Next would be shoes. I don't have like a vast collection of shoes just yet, but these are the top 5 shoes that kind of like hits home for me. Okay, so first one would be the Balenciaga Triple S. Let me just quickly get it. And so these are my chunky shoes and they're pretty much dirty. This reminds me of the Skechers days when I was younger. If you were like a 90s kid and a big fan of Britney Spears, when she first modeled for Skechers, like everyone went crazy. And even for me, like as soon as I got Skechers, like it was a big thing. And then you're kind of like, you feel like you're the cool kid, you know? Like if you have Skechers, then you're a cool kid, basically. And the Balenciaga Triple S just reminds me of that. And yeah, so that's the most overused shoes that I have. All right guys, so next would be the Balenciaga Speedrunner. So these are it. Like this has been with me for like more than 5 years now, and the first time I wore it was when there was a snowfall, like a snowstorm in New York, and I felt like this wasn't like the best. I thought it was gonna slip, so I was very careful, but guess what? It kind of like did the trick. It saved me from it. Like the reason why I got this, I fell in love with the shoe as soon as like, you know, that, I don't know if it was Bodak Yellow, but it was one of it's one of Cardi B's songs that like Let's see the lyrics. I don't know if I can hit it right. I want those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the jeweler. I put rocks all in my watch. Something like that. Those are the Balenciagas, and I really like them because they're also so unique. Next would be the Manolo Blahnik Hangisi blue satin pumps, and immediately, and you guys know that this is a staple Manolo Blahnik because of the show Sex and the City and Carrie Bradshaw, and I recently wore this for Christmas, and yes, so this is it. I only wear this for like certain events when I do feel like extra, if you guys know what I mean. But yeah, that's the reason why I got that, because blue is my favorite color and it reminds me of Carrie Bradshaw, and she made me do it. Alright, so next would be my Gucci Jordan loafers. Like, I think this is the cleanest among all of my shoes. So I can kind of like strut this. Alright, but this is it. Whenever I feel preppy, then I know I can use these shoes. I was really torn between the Princeton one, which is like a softer type of leather, but then since I have a friend in Queensland that she works for Gucci, and then she was telling me like, you know what, like the Princeton would easily like lose its form, but if you want it a little bit structured, which I like because I like structured stuff, and yeah, so I kind of like went ahead and chose the Jordan loafers. And then last one would be my Stuart Weitzman Rosemarie. I'm not sure if this is pronounced well or if it does have a like French touch to it. Stuart Weitzman Rosemarie heels. It's a really good fit. I mean, it really accentuates my legs. It was a perfect fit, and I felt like it was my calling for some reason, so it's still good. I bought this. Oh, we bought this, me and my friend, because we had to like have it, and I'm like, oh, thank you, this is my gift for you. But anyway, this pair I got 2 years ago, and up until now they're in pristine condition, and I don't even have plans of like overusing them. I really like it, and I fell in love with it. This kind of like reminds me of the Valentino ones, but like a little different, and so I went ahead and got this for sure. And so yeah, so that's it for my top 5 shoes, you guys. And for the main event will be my bags. And this is the only blue bag that I have. I cherish the most, and it's very close to my heart, and I'll really love it. This is the Givenchy small Antigona bag in navy blue. So I think this is in goat skin. I kind of like it because goat skin is a lot thicker than calf skin. When I chose it, because you have the option to get the calf skin and the goat skin, so I got the goat skin because it's like thicker and I really like it grained, so it's not that easy to scratch, so it's kind of like scratch proof, if that makes sense. The only thing about it though is that I can't just bring this when I'm traveling because it takes up a lot of space and it might like get squished because of how structured the bag is. It's still very pretty. I really take good care of it because I love all my bags and they're very dear to me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cry if someone scratches this one or whatsoever, but so far so good. And so next bag would be my most abused and overused bag, the Saint Laurent medium collage bag. This is the bag that I always carry with me whenever I'm traveling. This is the kilted grained lambskin shoulder bag in gunmetal hardware. So I kind of like chose the gunmetal because it's not very like screaming YSL, because usually they get the gold hardware, which I find like it's not really me, because I prefer like silver hardware. I think I only have one bag that has like gold hardware, but the rest are like palladium or gunmetal. The most memorable memory that I have with this bag is when I kind of like tripped in the middle of Trafalgar Square and my coins from my coat kind of like splashed everywhere, and it was already a green light, and it was just so embarrassing because I was wearing something like over the top. Like, I'm gonna show you pictures. So that was my outfit, a long jumpsuit, a coat, and then like this bag. So I tripped, and then my coins from my pocket like splashed throughout the street, and people were like, ooh. They were literally like that, and I heard it, and it was like, I was just full of embarrassment, and I'm like, oh gosh, like, what do I do? Like, Kim, don't even look, because this is like the most embarrassing moment of your life, and there's a red bus right there, and it's already a green light, and what should I do? So I was in a state of panic, and funny because like the guy that was like that I was supposed to take pictures with, he came up to me and I'm like, okay, let's pick up your coins, and I'm like, no, it's just like, let's leave it like that. It's like, no, but there's a lot, like, you know, there's a lot of pounds, like these are pounds, these are not like US dollars. But then like, let's go ahead and pick it up. And we had to pick up one by one. My knees were already hurting that time because I already know that it had like a huge scratch, which I haven't checked just yet. But yeah, so that was the most embarrassing moment, and that bag was with me. So every time I use this bag, it reminds me of like the moment that, like the most embarrassing moment of my life, and that was it. And the next bag that I will be sharing with you guys will be my first ever luxury item. So this is the Balenciaga Motorcycle City Bag in lambskin. It's in a palladium hardware as well. I first saw this in Kim Kardashian, like exact same color. And so yeah, it kind of like reminded me of that. And so I got it. And up until now, I use it. There's a lot of wear and tear on the sides, but doesn't matter. I'm just gonna take this to the bag spa, and I think I'm gonna keep it forever. And a lot of people, I was like, at one point I was thinking of like selling this, but then again, like I was staring at it for the longest time. I think I was watching Marie Kondo like from Netflix, and then it's just like, you know, before you decide on decluttering, like look at your stuff and say goodbye to them. And that's what I did with this bag. And it's like, okay, I think it's time to let you go. And then I felt like the bag spoke to me, and it's just like, no, you can't let me go. There's so much memories in here. Like, you've been with me for the longest time, la 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 la. And so, like, you know, I got convinced, like, you know, I was convinced from that time on, like, you know what, I shouldn't really even think about letting you go, because this is the first ever luxury item that I have, and so this is very memorable, so I should really keep it and maintain it as it is. And next on the list would be another Saint Laurent bag, a Sac de Jour, like a darker shade of blue. It kind of looks like it's black, but this is in calfskin gray leather, similar to my Givenchy one. Like they have the option to get the smooth leather, but I prefer the grain leather because like it's scratch proof, and I think I still have the plastic on a couple of the studs. But I was torn between this or the Celine bag that's very similar to this, but I find that there was so much clutter in there, so I kind of like chose this over that. And I just love the thought of like having a lock, and although you can't really lock this in place because it's out in the open. And I love how there's a key in here too. Let me show you. I just find that creative, like ta-da! And I like it because it doesn't have that YSL emblem that they usually have, so I kind of like got a more subtle type of thing, and which still reminds me of like a structured, like nice bag, and it's clean. I just use the top handle rather than like use this with a sling, because this one is the older version, so I don't have the adjustable strap to it, so I kind of like it when it's just like top handle and it's nice. All right, so for my last bag, which is my top 5, this made the final cut. So this is my white super mini Gucci Marmont bag in matelassé chevron leather. Right now, I'm kind of like gravitated towards like smaller bags just because I'm always in a hurry. Most of the time, I'm just out to meet friends for brunch, or just basically like grab myself a coffee, or just like do some errands that doesn't require like shopping or like grabbing stuff. And when I first saw this, like I've always wanted a white bag, and so I didn't want to get a bag that's like a big bag that's white because I felt like it was kind of unsafe. And so I kind of like got this as my trial and error bag, and so far I love it. I can fit in my card holder, my keys in here, and I usually just bring my own, like my lip gloss and my license and all that stuff, and then that's about it. It does fit like the essentials that I usually bring on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, you can also use it as a belt bag or a crossbody bag, but I prefer to use it this way because I like it. It's like classy, and it's just like nice, and it sits perfectly. And plus it's white, like you can never go wrong with white leather. And that's it guys for today's video. I hope you enjoyed that, along with some of those stories. I do have a couple bags that are runner-ups too, but I'll just save it for another time. So it was a tough pick for my top 5s, but I really thought hard about it as it's a collection that's very dear to me. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think, or if you like these kind of videos. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to get updated on my next uploads. I'll see you guys again, but in the meantime, stay awesome. Bye.